Well, welcome back to the Timeline Ranch. I figured we'd take a little walk along the pond after 7 days of being here watering some of the trees and see how they're looking. Here we are at our honey mesquite that we've been trimming into a central trunk to make it into an actual tree instead of a shrub, which is what you normally see out here. Of course, it's still early spring, so it's dormant. I don't see any bud swell yet. Yeah, I think after this year, hopefully we'll get some rain this monsoon season. This thing's gonna really look good. Maybe it'll add another inch of diameter at the bottom. It grew a good bit this past year, even during this exceptional drought. Of course, if you caught any of the other videos before this talking about it, you know all the Chinese chestnuts died. Didn't have enough roots to make it. There's the first of our Mission Texas almonds. It's looking the best out of all three of them. It's got nice leaf out. It's ready to go. It's probably that water from 8 weeks ago when I was here is what made it want to produce that types of, that amount of leaves. Normally it would flower this time of the year, but looks like after facing that drought, when it had to drop its leaves to stay alive, it decided not to flower this year, which I'm okay with. I'd rather put its energy into its roots. Been throwing my gray water on it now and then. So if it wasn't an exceptional drought, by now there would already be some native grasses and wildflowers and other plants growing around this, which is what I want to see. I want root diversity. I know a lot of people are dead set on mulch. Mulch helps, of course, keep the moisture in the upper portion of the soil. It doesn't help once you get down about 2 inches. I'd rather see the grasses, other plants growing around it to increase the bacteria and microbial interaction. There's our second one. Yeah, it's looking good. I'm not against mulch. I think it works great in a garden, but I want more of a natural setting here, and you're not going to achieve that with mulch. Here's our third one. It's got some bud swell at the top and one little area that has some leaf out already. I'll be here for another 6 days to water them. These are the English walnuts that died, as you know. We didn't get any rain after I planted them, and we still haven't had enough rain to make a difference. Nothing, that would make water run into the pond. Yeah, it's a pretty calm morning. Well, this right here is what I want to see. Native grasses, other plants growing in. Of course, most of them are dormant still because it's early spring. Native wildflowers. This is what would naturally happen if you just leave it alone. Outside of the fenced area, because of the animal traffic coming through and browsing everything down to the ground, that's what it looks like, but it would all look like that if this area was fenced off. Of course, I have been watering this little section here too, though. So this is our very first pecan tree, our test victim, you could say, to see if it can make it out here. It has bud swell and some leaf out, early leaf out. First little leaf at the top there, which is where I want it to put its growth in right now anyway. That's a beautiful sight during an exceptional drought. Yeah, this is ideal. During the summer months, at least when it's raining, this is so thick that you can't see the ground at all, and it'll just get better over time. This one is another pecan tree that I planted a little later than that one. That one's 5 years old now, the first one. This one's 2 years old, or since it's been planted here anyway. It's got some leaf out going. So this is after 2 years. Of course, I dug a little spot because the water was running away from it when I tried to water it from the top. But you can see the grasses are growing in here as well with no help. A few of the little wildflowers, Asteraceae family. Not sure what that one is. Might be skeleton leaf goldeneye. And purple prairie verbena over there. There'll be a lot more coming in. You see it's been so dry that these okra pods from over a year ago have not dropped their seeds. Their seeds are still in there. Normally when you get a rain and the temperatures are right, these pods will open up and drop the seeds on the ground. This kind of keeps the birds from having access to them very easy. Yeah, it's been dry, real dry. You can see all the grasses are eating on the outflow of the main creek. Comes from there. That's all the trees that are coming to life. Of course, these two pecan trees are dead. I've got 2 more growing at the house right now. I'll bring them out now that I have this section of the pond where it holds a lot more volume and will last a lot longer during an exceptional drought. Yeah, I'll be glad to have this down a little deeper today. Beautiful morning. Well, I guess that's it for this one. If you like what I'm doing out here and you want to help speed the process up, there's a few avenues to do that in the description. Buy me a coffee is probably the easiest. There's also Amazon. Every little bit will get me a little closer to being out here full time and making this project happen a lot faster. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.